Hello, grade 4s, and welcome to our Tuesday maths lesson. Right, guys, what I'd like you to start off by doing today is I would like you to refer back to your blue Department of Education books, and I'd like you to turn to page 80. All right. Now, guys, what we're going to be doing is we did quite a bit of this last term, so I'm hoping that maybe it all comes back to you. Right, guys, what we're going to be doing is they're going to be giving us some number lines, and we're going to be looking at the numbers that they give us, and we're going to be rounding off to the nearest 10. Okay. Now, guys, remember, when we round off in tens, if your number is 5 and above, so if it's got a 5, if it's 5 and bigger, you're always going to round up to your next 10, all right? And if it's less than 5, you're going to round down so your number gets smaller, so sort of closer to your smaller tens, all right? So, for example, remember, if we've got a number like 43, don't look at your 4. Look at your unit, look at your 3, so 43, and say to yourself, right, is 3, is it bigger than 5 or is it less than 5? And if it's less than 5, guys, it is going to, so when you round off 43 to your nearest 10, you're going to make it's closer to 40, all right? But if you've got a number like something like 58, you don't look at your 50, you look at your 8. Guys, 8 is bigger than 5. So you're getting closer to your next 10. So if you have to round off 58 to your next 10, you're going to say that when you round it off, it's going to be closer to 60. All right. I hope that jogs up some of your memories, but just try remember those key concepts, all right? If it's 5 and above, you're always going to round up to your next biggest 10, all right? If it's less than 5, you're going to round down to your lower 10, all right? Okay, guys. Now, number A gives you a number line. What's nice is on this page, it actually gives you some number lines just to help you sort of see where your number is closest to, all right? So when you find your number, try and plot it onto your number line. Try and see where your number would belong in your number lines, all right? Okay, so our first question is 56. Is 56 closer to 60 than 50? It is. It's closer to 60 than it is 50. So if we have to round 56 to the nearest 10, we're going to write down 60 in that little line. Okay. But what's nice is on that first one that they've done for you, they've found your 56 and they've put a little dot there, and they've put a line getting bigger towards the 60 so that you're showing that you're rounding up. If you're going to round down, so you're getting smaller, make your arrow go the opposite way. Okay. Right, guys, then we've got 136. Right, now say to yourself, is 136, if you get a bit confused, don't worry about your 100. Think about your 36. Now, guys, 36, is it closer to 30 or is it closer to 40? Think about that. Don't worry about your 100. Remember, you're not rounding off to your nearest 100. You're rounding off to your nearest 10. Okay. So what you're going to do, guys, what I would do if I was you, was I would fill in the rest of my numbers. You'll see on your number line on number B, you'll see you've got 130. You've got some blank little lines on your little points on your number line, and your last number is 140. So start by plotting your numbers. Then find, so you would write 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, and 139. Okay, then go and find your 136. Put a dot on it. Go put a marker or a big fat dot on it so you can see what you are closer to. Are we closer to 140 or are we closer to 130? Guys, I hope that this helps you a little bit, but what I would do is I would make sure that you try and fill in all your numbers on your number line just to help you plot your numbers. Okay, right. Let's see what else we can talk about today. Right. Now, guys, when you move to your next page, you've got number 2 on page 81, and you've got 15. It's asking you if I have to round off 15 to the nearest 10. Is it closer to 10 or is it closer to 20? Think about it. And then we've got 431. Don't let the 400 confuse you too much. Make sure you rather look at your 31. 31. Now, guys, what you're going to do is you don't look at your 400, remember, but you look at your tens. Okay, so you will write down your 400 just because you can't forget about them, and then you say to yourself, is 31 closer to 30 or is it closer to 40? And you will write either a 30 or a 40. Are you going to round up or round down? Okay, then we've got 9,672. Goodness, that's a bit tricky. Right, now guys, we've got 9,000. We are rounding off with our tens, so don't let that 9,000 confuse you, but don't forget about them. Write them down. So write down 9. Then we're rounding off to tens, remember? So then you're going to look at your 6. There's a 6 for 600. Don't forget about them either. Write them down next to your 9. And then look at your 72. Am I closer to 70? In which case I'm going to round down. Or am I going to round up because I'm closer to 80? Think about it and write it down. All right, so you would write either a 70 or an 80, but think about it. Okay. Right. Now, guys, it says, now for number 3, it says estimate the position of the arrow on the number line. So, guys, look at your number line and say to yourself, there's a number there's a box that's just sitting in a random space on your line. So say to yourself, right, is that line, if I have to put in numbers on my line, like a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, and a 9, don't remember, you've already got your 0 and you've got your 10s. You don't have to worry about those. But look there and decide which number you think that would be. Remember, our little points on our number line are always evenly spaced apart. So you can't have one number, a big space, and another number, a big space, another small space. So try and sort of plot your little number line out evenly. Okay, and say to yourself, right, what number do I think would be sitting on that point? Okay, and you would do the same thing for B's, and for C. Okay, right, and then guys, for number 4, it says, circle the number which you look at when deciding whether to round up or down to the nearest 10, and underline that number which you look at to tell you what 10 you will round up or round down to. Okay, so basically, if you're looking at, for example, 86, and they say to you, if I'm looking at 86, which number in 86 is going to tell me if I round up or round down? Now, remember, it's always your unit. So look at your unit and you look at your 86 and you think, right, I would look at my 6. Okay, so then you would put you would underline your 6, because your 6 then tells you that 86 is closer to 90 than it is to 80. All right. Good luck, guys, and I hope that this makes sense, and I hope it starts to all come back to you, and do your best, and good luck.